A Super Bowl champion.
Good show. Have won the Super Bowl.
The Packers' all-time scorer.
A game winner for Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook and on the free Odyssey app.
High noon and welcome in. This is the Mason Crosby Show with me, Mitch Thunder Nellis. Charlie Usen in the house as well. Charlie, you are a mountain of joy. You are just, you're wearing the hat mountain. You are a mountain of joy, no doubt about it.
I appreciate that. I'll take that.
Absolutely.
I've been told worse things for sure.
Yes. On this wonderful, wonderful Friday. Mason, how are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. I was telling Charlie before we jumped on, sorry if my voice is a little weird. I'm the last to kind of go down in the house. I feel fine. It's weird. I was talking about, it's like a summer cold. It's just like got this drainage, a little bit of a, throat deal going on, but hey, we're battling through, this is, we'll call this my flu game on Friday, but
all right.
For real.
We're scattered about. Mitch is down. We got Madison Mitch over here, just crushing it. He's got a vibe today, so just be ready for anything. Anything goes on this Friday.
Have you ever actually had a flu game, Mason? Like with the Packers at all?
Great question.
Yes, many flu games. I feel like yes. I was thinking about that. We were talking about the Brewers going to San Fran and how they had plane issues and all of that. And anytime there's a travel issue, it reminds me of the Atlanta Falcons NFC Championship game after the Dallas game, right? So that next week, we're going to Atlanta, and tons of fog rolled in. And we couldn't even get our plane into Green Bay to get out and fly down to Atlanta. So we ended up having to bus down to Milwaukee to fly down. We land at like 1 a.m. And that kind of into that week, everybody got sick. Everyone got the stomach bug and the stomach flu at the end of that week. I mean, I'm throwing up and other things. Like everybody was.
Tell us more, Mason. That's great.
I said no. I'm not going to overshare. Not on air here, but yeah, those there's many, like there's so many games where I'm just like, give me everything you can just to get me through this game, and then I was just like a dead man for Monday and Tuesday.
All right, Mace, I feel like we've talked about this before a little bit about like playing with injury and like playing through injuries and playing through like your legs are tight or hamstrings not feeling great. But did you ever have a day where you like kind of like that day you just described where you woke up on Sunday morning and not because of injury, but because of sickness, you were like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. And then take us through the process. In the NFL, we all know, all right, well, they have access to all the best fluids and all the best stuff. Like, do you just get hooked up to an IV to get hydrated immediately in the morning? How does that work when guys wake up first thing in the morning on Sunday and are like not injury, but illness or fatigue or whatever might be happening to their body?
And that's the thing I think, like, we just don't hear as much about. Like that happens
exactly
every week. There are multiple guys that wake up and they're just like, oh my gosh, like I feel awful. I know I have to play in this game. Like, what do I do? And so, yeah, they would give you like the little steroid pack, and they would give you, fluids and all the things that they could. I'm just anytime I felt really bad on a Sunday on a game day, you'd go into the training room and it's just like everything. Just give it to me. There were times where I woke up like I was throwing up through the night, and then I'd come into the stadium. It's like I text them and they're like, all right, get in here as early as you can. And they'd give me the blocker, right? Like they have like the medication will just stop you at least for like 8 hours. And your body just hurts though, because it's like, it's trying to heal and throw up and get all this out, but the medication is just blocking it. So yeah, so many times just get through it. And for me, back, especially in the time I was playing, we'd never had another kicker on the roster. So it's like, if I woke up on Sunday morning,
which is,
I'm going. Like there was nothing that was going to keep me out. And there were times where you'd have like flu, aches, your head is just pounding. You put that helmet on and you're just like, oh my gosh, like how am I going to do this? But I do think the beauty of sport is once you hit that field, that adrenaline and all that, your body does recover a little bit, but the aftermath is pretty tough. I mean, those next couple days are always brutal.
So Mason, take us through that then, because I think people are going to be curious about that too. Like, do you just like fire up, use that adrenaline for that game, and then like you literally 24, 48 hours, you're just like, again, hydrating, taking all the drugs, taking all the meds, all the things to get back to normal? And like how much of a toll is that taking on your body then? Like the recovery of playing in a football game while sick?
Yeah, I think it's a much longer recovery process. And then like you said, those next couple days are just brutal, right? Like it's you find a way. It's mental and physical toughness in that moment. I like those types of games though. You look back and I think you're a little more proud of like if you have a solid game and all of that, you're just like, wow, like how did I get through that? And then And then the recovery process, and then your body feels so fatigued and so rough. You're like, how am I going to go into Wednesday and get ready for this next week? Right. It just feels like you are falling apart, and you just hope it hits at the right time where, you're not playing on a Thursday, or you're not doing. I've told you about this. I mean, I strained a calf on a Sunday, and then one of my little twins almost threw my back out. Yep. And we're playing Thursday in San Francisco. And that was in 2020. J.K. Scott was not feeling well. They flew him on a private plane out to San Fran to keep him away from the rest of the team, as they're checking him for COVID and all the things. So there's always something going on behind the scenes that like the public doesn't know about, and the normal fan. I can't, I don't know if there was ever a game where everybody was feeling normal, feeling fine. It's just part of the deal, and again, I look back and it's like, those are the moments though, where you're just like, wow, okay, we were tough. We got through it. Made it through. And you just battle through it. And I love this. Hey, Nicolay Law talking text line 414-677-1250. If you've ever gone to work, if you've had a flu day, work day, you've battled through something, let us know. But Ziggy from the 262 says, come on, Mason, was it a sickness or a hangover? Same principle. Yes.
Hydrate.
Just
make sure you hydrate after both.
Fluids. Yeah. And then you're going to feel bad if, after you have to get something done. But I sometimes wish it was a hangover. I think I could have battled through some of those a little better than the illnesses that I had to go through.
Absolutely. This is the Mason Crosby Show. Mitch Nellis and Charlie Usen here at the aforementioned talk and text line 414-677-1250. That's the Nicolay Law talk and text line. If you want to jump in on that, give us a call or shoot us text about what's going on. And one of the reasons I ask, Mason, is obviously a major injury is very different. But someone who I have a hard time seeing being affected by a flu or a cold, and he's going to do whatever it takes to get on the field, is Mr. 85 himself, who was activated today as the general cheers and joy emanating throughout the state of Wisconsin. And I know he got a big ovation when he walked out onto the practice field. Tucker Kraft is officially back, and it's just got to be such a, it's a comfort, but it's also such a motivator for everybody that this guy is back quickly and in tip-top shape and ready to just bust skulls.
Yeah, I mean, we have to be celebrating that, and the whole organization probably has a boost of energy. They're gonna have to take deep breaths and not get crazy at practice just because of the boost of energy. But when you get a guy like that back, it's infectious. Everybody feels it. Everybody feels they're happy for him. They're happy for the team. They're happy for the hope that this brings for the season. And a little sooner than we probably thought, right? The fact that he's now going to be able to go through all of training camp and just build this thing to the season. They're going to be cautious with him. They're going to be careful with him. But at the same time, he's the type of player that, knowing him and watching him and everything he says, he's going to want to test and push himself so that he is ready to lower that shoulder and run guys over and do all of those things it's hard to go from at that position, especially to go from 0 to 60 right away. So they'll build him up. They'll get him the reps he needs to feel really confident going into week 1. And I mean, he said it, and Tucker Kraft is definitely a guy that would not let a measly little flu keep him out of a game. I know that for sure.
Yeah. And back to your point, I mean, it's just so exciting to see him back on the practice field in uniform, ready to go, where it's like, the past couple of days he's been there, and I saw video today of Micah running with the D line and like keeping up with them. And like Micah's probably like and you could answer this better, Mason. Like I would guess for the average human, for Mitch Nellis, Micah's in great shape right now. Like Micah's like, Micah could go do all the things in life that Mitch Nellis is doing.
Oh, he's living his life. Yeah.
Right.
Like he's fine as far as as far as a normal everyday activities.
But when you talk about
watching him, honestly though, and I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be, and I won't, but
Dr. Crosby
watching his gait a little bit, like he's still favoring that leg. So I do think he still has some time. Which, what is that? 9-10 weeks till the 6-week mark of the season. So I think he should be all right.
Maybe even a little more.
But watching him run, like you can see a little favor in that leg. So I don't know if that was awesome to have that on video, but it does show that he's out there working and he's getting better every day.
Right. And I don't know if people are, I guess, in my mind, watching as closely as maybe Mason is, because he's a former NFL player that can see that type of stuff a little bit easier, has been through that type of favoring type of period where you need to kind of lean on the other leg a little bit more just to get through a couple weeks of practice. I think at the same time, it's still so impressive to see him at least keeping pace, and that with a weird gait, because he's favoring another leg, that he's still keeping up with the rest of the D line. He's that much of a freak athlete that just excites you no matter what. Even if you do think that there's still time left to go for him to recover, we know that. We're prepared for that. This feels like no matter what, progress, even if it looks not full strength yet.
You know what's wild too with these types of injuries and athletes like that is he'll go from favoring it to full go really quick.
That's crazy.
They just jump. I mean, I know mine was a way less significant knee injury right before my last season there in Green Bay. Sorry, fellas.
You're good.
But I literally went from I couldn't kick a ball and like everything was like out of whack to 5 days later kicking in practice and preparing for a game. So it was like all of a sudden, like your body responds and the strength comes, like everything starts clicking, and he'll probably here in the next 4 weeks look like a completely different person, right? Like he'll be running, he'll be cutting. We'll see videos of him at practice. And so I think for me, it's like, all right, watching him, like being on PUP makes sense. Like he is not as close as could he have gotten back for the start of the season? Could he have only missed 3 games? I think it's going to be wise. You hold him, get him extremely healthy where he's kind of like itching to get back on that field. Yep. And once he does, I mean, the fact that he can run with guys that are fully ready to go already, he is just a freak athlete, and he's the difference maker on this football team.
The talk and text line in full effect this Mason Crosby Show edition. 262 says, next time the Packers cry poor, I'll be reminded of flying the punter on a private jet.
I know.
Love that.
I'm throwing out. Yeah. I'm giving too much information out there. Insider info.
Yep. And Charlie, we're looking for insider info from Charlie. And Siggy writes in, the toughest days I've ever had, Charlie can relate to this, is bartending with a hangover. The last thing you want to do is be around alcohol when you've had too much of it the night before. Charlie, how is bartending with a hangover?
Well, actually, it's one of the best places to be when you have a hangover because it's just hair of the dog, right?
Just hair of the dog.
You just keep going. And there's usually greasy food at the bar. Like I know the brewery I work at, we got burgers and pizza and stuff. That's going to soak up a little bit. You got all the pieces there to, ease it off a little bit easier,
Yep.
Exactly. You just reload.
I love that.
Exactly.
But I think to that point, it's more the food. Like unless you're really willing to lean in to staying drunk and really going that direction.
You just have one beer to give you the buzz again. Yeah.
What was that?
You just take the one beer to get the buzz again,
Mm.
and then you just kind of wean off of it for the rest of the day. Yeah.
I love that.
I like the term shampooing, where it's like, you get that second lather, right?
Exactly.
Like,
there you go. I like that.
That's great. Nick the mailman says, I once had a pinched nerve in my neck the day of a conference championship game in high school. I was the quarterback. I had to play, but no medications, only adrenaline that got pumping during warmups. Fast forward, we won the title, but later that night, I couldn't turn my neck at all to the left side. LOL. Adrenaline is a special kind of energy. And Mason, you shared a little bit about that. I mean, It really is. Like, it can only take you so far. It's not taking you the rest of the season. But for a 3-hour concerted period, adrenaline can get you there, can't it?
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, there's guys that have, torn ACLs or done certain things. I mean, we talk about, was it Jake Bowers has a broken foot, right? And it's like Contreras last year with his hand. You can get through certain things, but yes, it's not always long lived. It's like you can use that juice and that energy to get you to a certain point, but at some point it's going to hit you and you have to fully get healed. But it is wild. It is wild what that adrenaline, what that energy, what that excitement can do to the body. And I even felt it this morning. I mean, I went and worked out, got a little lift in, haven't been feeling great, swung the golf club, and just even that bit of juice just kind of made my whole body feel so much better, right? And it's like, all right, like I've kind of been down. It's like, my throat doesn't feel good. And then it's like, all right, I'm going to get out. I'm going to get outside. I'm going to do something. And just that alone has like made me feel so much better. And so I think like it's just a good lesson for all of us. Just get outside, do something, move, get that energy going. It might not get you the rest of the week, but it might get you through the day.
Yeah. 414, hardest time I had playing varsity baseball as a freshman with a fracture in my ankle.
Ooh,
I remember
nice.
I was a junior in my junior year in high school. I was playing in a off-season rec basketball league, and we were goofing around the night before the championship game at a friend's house, and I stepped right where the driveway hit the yard, and I twisted my ankle. And I went out and played. I put like an ankle brace on, and I went out and played. I was not very good. I mean, I had enough adrenaline to get out there, but like I had no, and I'm like, listen, I'm not an athlete. I'm not jumping for rebounds, but I'm a good rebounder in terms of like body positioning and boxing out. Like I do the dirty work. Sure. And it was just like, it was rough to do the dirty work. Yeah, exactly. Charlie, I saw you on do we have somebody?
We do. Yeah, we can head on over there. Tommy in Bayview, you are on the Mason Crosby show. He had some epiphanies over the past couple of days.
Oh boy, Sal Freelick, here we go.
Sal Freelick in the house.
It does involve Sal Freelick.
All right.
I started thinking after listening to you guys yesterday that sometimes I may sound like a hateful person.
No, you just have your opinions. That's okay.
No, you just hate certain things and certain people. Yes.
I decided, you know what? If someone talked about me like I talked about Sal Freelick, I wouldn't like it. So I'm going to ease up on Freelick the rest of the year.
Wow.
Give him a pass.
Okay.
So then I felt so good about that. I went and tried like a lime popsicle.
Wow. We changed you yesterday. We changed you yesterday.
And it was nice. It was refreshing.
I mean, that's what lime is.
You know what?
Like lime isn't the best, Tommy. Really but lime is refreshing. Yep.
This is going really good. So I tried rainbow sherbet. And Mesa, it still sucks.
You still hate it.
At least you tried it, though. That's huge.
We
appreciate that.
I'm proud of you.
Tommy, that's fantastic. So, all right. So, Tommy, as
Epiphany Thursday for me.
I love it. Tommy, what move do the Brewers need to make before the trade deadline? Like what one move do you want to see them? What position? Not necessarily names specifically, unless you want to get specific. What is the positional move you want to see the Brewers make?
I'd love to see him get a hitter, somebody with pop. I'd really like to see someone like Steer from Cincinnati.
Okay. Nice. I think
that'd be great for us.
Yep. Very cool. All right, Tommy, thanks for the call.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you.
We got lots to get to on the Mason Crosby show today. Mike Jocko Jock is going to join us at the top of the 1 o'clock hour. We'll talk some Badger football. But he's also he wants to talk Brewers baseball. He wants to talk Packers. We could probably do a whole hour with Jocko. Like Jocko just wants to be friends. Like he's
Just
the
let 'em
friendliest
roll.
guy.
Yeah.
Right. He's like the nicest, friendliest guy there is. And I feel like I can feel his aura a little bit being here in Madison, like the Jocko
Yeah,
aura.
is he coming like to the station to
I
hang
didn't
out
invite
with
him
you?
in.
Okay.
We got thunderstorms coming in, and I don't want to I think he's older than me. I don't know. I should probably find out. I also wanted
He's
to
like
get
a few days older, so yeah,
right,
he's
right.
aging.
Yeah, his birthday's in March, mine's in February. It's cool.
Exactly.
We'll find out. But we're going to talk some Brewers baseball. But Mason, I want to talk to you. I saw the Tony Romo news today /
Okay.
the JJ Watt news today. I don't know. I don't know. I want to chat a little bit about it and get your opinion,
All right.
and then share our opinions on it as well, and see like kind of that thought process of Wisconsinites versus nationally, what this story might look like, those sorts of things, and while giving it the seriousness it needs, but also that like it is two local dudes that like that's just an interesting it's just an interesting paradox that they have going on that so I want to get into
Let's
that.
dive into it.
And as we talked about the unionization of college sports, we have a memo now that there are over 100 women's college basketball players who are looking to join Stanford's unionization situation. So we got to talk about that as well.
Interesting. Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. He's Charlie Hughes, and I'm Mitch Nellis, aka Thunder. I am live from Odyssey, Madison today, living my best life, even with the thunderstorms. It's always a beautiful day in Madison if I'm here. Mason Crosby, getting, hydrating, fluiding.
Yeah, I feel
fluidity.
good. It's just, I just got a little, some stuff going on in the nasal area. So other than that, I feel great.
All right, let's get after it. This is the Mason Crosby Show.
Yes, sir.
catch my bus. I see my friends kicking in the front seat.
Looking in the back seat, gotta make my mind up. You see, what day is it? Busting out the Friday early on us, Charlie. I like it. Get that energy.
It's a little early. Little early.
Hey, we need that adrenaline though, right? We need that adrenaline boost here.
Yeah, apparently, you know who's bringing it at camp is Cam McCord, the new special teams coordinator. Have you seen the videos of him coaching there at training camp? I'm interested to hear like Charlie's take on this because I have my opinion on it. But when a coach gets super over animated in the middle of a practice, like how do we feel about it?
Well, Mason, I'm on record. Sean Slocum was the worst. I despised him.
You didn't like his Britney Spears headset and like the loudspeaker stuff? Okay.
Nope. I wasn't at training camp a ton, but I was there. You know, I went once or twice a year for a few years in a row. And I just thought he was so obnoxious, and based on the mistakes that the special teams made year after year after year, and the fact that he still had a job and then had the audacity to like have that type of voice in practice, where I just want to be like, dude, you need to prove yourself again this year. You are not a leader. Everybody thinks you're a joke. Now, maybe in the locker room they didn't, but they should have. And you guys should have. You guys should have called this out way earlier, that this guy was not the leader of men. This guy was not the right guy for you. Because every year, whether it was late in the season or playoffs, bad things happened on special teams.
Yes, we made mistakes, and that's like I think that's like kind of the point I was looking at. Like the only thing that worries me about like a guy like Cam McCord is when he's out there doing like trying to show him what to do and like doing all this hype stuff at practice. Like you got to teach that stuff in the classroom, and then it's like watch them practice, then watch the film and break it down. Like you don't need to be out there trying to be seen and heard. Right? Like stand back, unlock the guys, let them go. I say that all the time. It's like LaFleur with Love. I'm like, let the players do their thing, and then we evaluate and we break it down and we look at it in the game film. Like you don't need to be showing all this stuff at practice. Like,
let's see.
And let me get the record straight on my side. Like I had a good relationship. I like Sean Slocum, but yes, like I think it was more. He was a showman more than an X's and O's good coach.
Right. It just, and that's what it seemed like at training camp with him. And I hope it's not the same with Cam. So Cam
he doesn't look like he has a microphone or anything. So he is just coaching, the players. He's not announcing it out to the rest of the world.
Cam is, just so everybody knows, he's 39 years old. He's an assistant special teams coach with the Patriots and the Giants. But this is his first, I guess he was special teams coordinator at Southwest Mississippi Community College.
Nice.
But besides that,
elite.
This is his first, elite. This is his first coordinator position. And so we'll see how that energy translates. Listen, maybe, I mean, is there any chance that like LaFleur or Goody have directed him, like have a little extra energy at the beginning of camp just to announce your presence? Because special teams have been a little suspect here the past couple of years, or is that, do you think that comes from him in terms of trying to prove his leadership?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, if it his first time in an NFL, like being the head guy, like you're trying to show juice and energy and leadership and all of that. Like I get it. I do hope that he maybe pulls back a little bit at some point because like he doesn't need the energy. The players need the energy.
Right.
Like the players need to be the ones leading the way with the juice and the energy and all of that. Like if he's bringing all this juice and like he's frustrated because guys aren't doing it the right way or they're not excited enough, then you have a disconnect there. And so it'll balance itself out. And like we'll just see how he develops in that leadership and that role as the head guy and his first go here as the special teams coordinator for an NFL team.
Well, and I misspoke there, Mason. He was the special teams coordinator for the Patriots. So he was assistant.
I thought he was.
He was the assistant. Then he was the coordinator. Then he got let go and then went back to being an assistant with the Giants.
He went back as an assistant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he did go backwards in his career a little bit. So I'm guessing things didn't go exactly great in New England. Hopefully he's learned from that. Charlie, how do you how do you respond to machismo or bravado?
Again, over the top, energetic.
I think I appreciate the effort. Like when I was playing, I see this with this type of coach. I think he's a younger guy. He's getting into a role that maybe he's had before, but maybe not to this extent where he was like for sure the guy. It sounds like he was an assistant. They just kind of promoted him in New England because he was there and was around and he knows the system. It's a lot easier.
Joe Judge left and they just kind of promoted him by default. It sounds like
this feels like the first time that he's actually getting a job. Like the Packers chose him for that role for this team. And I think he's trying to go out there, and a lot like graduate assistants on a college football team where these guys, the head coach, I think, also tells those guys to be the player's guy, be the guy that hypes them up, be with them, get with them. I think it's the same role here, but those guys are also trying to make the name for themselves as a coach and be seen as a coach too, so that they can continue to get those opportunities moving forward. And I think you get a lot of this type of fake energy right away. And I think it works at a younger level when the kids are more bought into that and can see that a little bit more. At college, I think a lot of guys gravitated towards those types of coaches. I think at the NFL level, though, you're getting a lot of guys that would look at this and just say, that's corny. I don't really want to listen to this. I know what I'm doing. I'm an NFL player getting paid millions of dollars. I don't need this dude screaming at me all the time or jumping on my shoulder pads and hyping me up after a tackle that I know I can make normally. I don't need that type of extra excitement around me. I just want to go and do my job. And I think you can drive a few away. But I also think if you have a tight locker room that all just kind of loves being on the field, this is the type of energy you want from that coach. So I think the Packers, from what I've seen, seem like a tight locker room that wants to go out there and wants to play football every day, and they may feed off of this type of coach.
Yeah, I think you hit a couple good points there. I think it's, though, at some point, he can't be leading the energy for this, right? Like you have to have the players step into those roles. Special teams coach, let's just put this though out there. Like it is the hardest job in that coaching staff because he has to meet and coordinate all these other position coaches and all of that to even run drills in practice. So they're doing all their stuff, they're coaching their positions, all that, and then he has to pull them aside and be like, give them sheets and all the drills he plans on doing and coordinate coaches as well as the players to even have any kind of reasonable solid practice, because there's 8 different coaches that are going to step in, holding bags, helping run drills, doing all these individual things. So he is juggling a lot of stuff. And so it's like in practice here, this must just be he's like, all right, I'm going to just show some juice because we're finally on the turf and I get to show everybody like what we're trying to accomplish. So I honestly want this special team. Like we need to see a good, dominant, just a solid performance from the special teams unit this year. I think if they can, energy, effort, attitude is what special teams is made up of. And so if they follow along and match his energy and get that cohesive group that goes out there and lights it on fire, then I'll look back at this video and be like, all right, he got out of him what he wanted. But if he's the most energetic person on the special teams, then we have a problem. So we'll see how this unfolds throughout training camp.
Do you feel like Matt LaFleur is confident in this special teams room right now? The way he's talked over the past 3 days, the choice to have a rookie kicker out there over a Brandon McManus or a veteran. Do you think he feels the same kind of excitement that I think some of us may feel?
Bringing in Sky Moore as a returner.
I think you're excited and optimistic, but as a head coach, I would have a little, there'd be a little worry in there because you're just not going to know until you get in, into live fire and into those games, like what these guys are going to do and how they respond to that. So there is probably a little hesitancy of how's this young guy going to do? I know Orzik, I guess they brought in another long snapper and let the
because he was banged up
German kicker go. So you have another long snapper, which isn't ideal at this moment when Trey Smack had a subpar offseason and OTA time. Now he's going to be getting snaps in an operation that is, could feel slightly different for the first part of training camp here. So we're going to keep eyes on that because those are real things that can play a factor as you're moving towards a season. ideally, they light this scoreboard on fire, and they're just not depending on Trey Smack to go out there and win games. Like, he's able to just kind of get in a rhythm, hit a lot of extra points early, hit manageable field goals, and this offense just finds their rhythm early in this season, and Trey Smack's not leaned on a lot.
I guess I just worry that that's not what this NFL has become. You have a lot of these guys on other teams that have been settling, or coaches have been maybe not settling, but going for longer field goals because they don't feel like their offense can finish a drive out or something like that. And I think to heavily rely on the offense to constantly be lighting up the scoreboard, which I want to, that'd be great. That would be the ideal. But I also don't think that's just the way the league is going right now, where I think kickers are becoming a more important part than they already were of a lot of these offenses.
It's definitely important. And I look at my rookie year, like we went 13-3. My first game, I had to kick a 53-yarder to start right off the bat. Like, I think it was the first drive. And then I hit a 43-yarder to win the game. So it's like, you can say all of it, and I can be like, I hope they light up the scoreboard and do all that. But Trey Smack might have to kick a
those
significant kick early on, even if
it's going to happen.
Team lights it up.
Yeah, it's going to happen. I have a separate. Oh, go ahead, Mace. I have a separate training camp idea that I want to run by you. But what do you got first?
Yeah, I was. All right, no, you go ahead. I got to rethink my topic that I want to do. Now.
So I'm following Ryan Wood on Twitter, of course, like we all are, right? Yep. And he's got Ryan Wood, Green Bay Press Gazette. Like, he joins us, during the season, and so he's got a post. Christian Watson with a 9-yard TD looks great. Benjamin St-Juste announces his presence. Matthew Golden just skied. Now he just upped it. Keyshawn Nixon with a pair of pass breakups. So, like, I love all this. Like, this is fun watching the play-by-play. But is there, like, are we cheering for the offense or the defense? Are we cheering for everyone to have a good, like, do we want Watson to get a good play and Golden to get a good play and Reed to get a good play, but also St-Juste to get a good play and Cisse to get a good play and Nixon? And like, how, I know the answer is yes, but how do we justify kind of like that balance of your cheer? We want the offense to look great, but we also want our defense to look great. Like, how does, in training camp, when it's us against us, how do you balance that, Mason?
I think it's truly just competition. Like, whenever Christian Watson gets a play on somebody, and then the very next play they get one back and break up a pass and like break on his route and like kind of figure out what he's doing. That stuff is important for competition and for making the team better. If offense goes out and they're just, it's dominating, it's I don't think you're competing in the way that you want to be. So I think whenever it is back and forth like that, that competition is being formed, and it is going to help this team get better throughout the year. I mean, you don't know how many times in a given week, like, compete is said in that locker room. And it's not just competing against the defense and the guy across from you if you're an offensive player. It's competing across your offensive front. It's like, who is going to make a play that is going to win? That wide receiver room, we've talked to Jordy Nelson, talked to those guys, Randall Cobb, and it was like they competed against each other every day. It was like, how am I going to run my route better, do something a little bit better to earn Aaron's trust, to earn the quarterback's trust, that he is going to look at me because I just keep separating. I keep doing things that are showing up on tape. So I think those competitions are just always a positive. So back and forth, this especially early in camp, because once you put the pads on, the defense will have a day, right? It's inevitable. It just
happens, right?
You put the pads on and the defense thinks they are world beaters. And then the offense finds their rhythm, and that's kind of how this training camp will go. I remember my train of thought, and we got just a couple minutes, but I saw this thing, like the Packers ran the fewest amount of plays from scrimmage last year. Was it in the league, or was it in the NFC North? I can't remember the exact stat. I couldn't find the information, but they have to run more plays. And I that was what was shocking to me whenever LaFleur came in. McCarthy was a no huddle, get as many attempts as you possibly can, right? And that's why I kicked so many more field goals. I had way more attempts when McCarthy was the coach than when LaFleur was the coach, just because we ran significantly less plays once LaFleur came into Green Bay. He's going to run the motion. He slows things down. Like it's almost run the play clock down before you snap the ball. I think this team, watching Jordan Love, watching how this team operates with the speed, the guys they have, if you have a mismatch, if you are moving the ball, don't slow it down. Speed it up. Get more plays. Get this thing going as much as possible.
Mason, who ranked first last year in the NFL when in no huddle efficiency?
Was it Seattle?
Jordan Love.
Oh, was it? Oh, sorry.
It was,
okay.
it was literally Jordan
Yeah.
Love. And so, like,
and we talked about it throughout the season last year,
right?
We're like, stop holding him back. Like, let him just get up to the ball, see what's happening, and let him run this offense. Like, they have to do more no huddle. They have to get in and out of, like, you have a big play. I hate after a big play huddling up. If you bust something open on somebody, get back to the line of scrimmage. And yeah, just let Jordan Love move a couple guys around and go to play, the next play B, and just get this thing moving.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot to that. I know Andy Herman yesterday asked Matt LaFleur about like what's the next step in Jordan Love's evolution, and Matt LaFleur kind of said like just keep getting better. That's our goal every day is to get better, and like that's fine. But like I'd love to hear specifically like what we're doing to make that happen and how we're giving Jordan Love the keys a little bit more.
Isn't that that's what we keep asking. It's like just getting better, just doing these things. Like let's have a little more specific. Like, what do you like about Jordan? What do you think he needs to do to get better and get to the elite spot? And how are you going to unlock that? Like that needs to be talked about. If it's not talked to us, I hope it's being talked about in that building.
Absolutely. Jocko's joining us in about 15 minutes. And so when we come back, we'll just spend a minute or two talking about this Tony Romo, JJ Watt situation. Then Jocko at 1:00, and we'll take you into the weekend, find out all the amazing things that Mason's going to be doing this weekend. Get out, just pitch some BP, bro. Just get those.
I'm playing golf tomorrow, so
as you should.
I'm Mitch.
Yeah, I'm Mitch Nellis. He's Charlie Usen. Mason Crosby is the kicker, and he is the kicker. This is the Mason Crosby Show.
That's right.
by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Hey, everybody, let's help out our friends in the Fox Cities recover from the tornado that ravaged their houses, businesses, and neighborhoods. Today and tomorrow till 7 o'clock. So today until 7 o'clock, tomorrow from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. Please make food and supply donations at the Green Bay East Festival Foods or the Festival Foods in Oshkosh. It's Operation Valley Strong. Find out more details at wisportsradio.com. Mitch Nellis, Charlie Usen, Mason Crosby here with you on the Mason Crosby Show. And Mason, I know we only have a couple minutes till the top of the hour, but I did want to ask your reaction to Tony Romo on indefinite leave and the announcement that J.J. Watt was taking his place. And real quick, I'll just throw it to you. I think they could have announced that Romo was on indefinite leave without announcing a replacement on July 31st, because there's nothing going on for another month anyway.
Sure, but I think it's just a natural progression. It's just JJ Watt's that number 2, so he bumps up into that seat. I don't think it's like he's replacing him. It was just he's the number 2 guy. He bumps up because Tony Romo was with that first crew. So I think it was more
Is he done? Is Tony done?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean the video stuff like that. That was my question. It was like if there wasn't body cam footage and he just got an OWI, like, is it as significant? Do you think there's still like, I do think like they take it, which they should, like they take it very seriously. And so It's like any kind of infraction like that, you're probably going to be on leave and suspended, just like a player would.
Right.
So, if any player gets in that situation, there is going to be some sort of discipline associated with it.
And I guess my question about announcing that JJ Watt was taking the chair is like, well, if they decide what the discipline is in August and Romo's back by week 1, then JJ Watt didn't replace anybody at all. Like, so why replace, why announce it now if it's an internal matter and they take care of it in the next month?
Sure. But yeah, I mean, I feel like he's got to miss a couple, like he's probably going to just not be the top guy for a game.
Right.
Well, and the court date,
the court date's September 21st. So maybe they wait till then and then they reinstate him or something like that.
What are they gonna do? Like, I mean,
I don't know.
Just say the OWI sticks. Like, I don't know. Like, he wasn't charged with other things, was it?
Jocko is coming up next. We'll talk Badgers, Packers, and Brewers with Mike Jocko Jock. This is the Mason Crosby Show.
Yes, sir.
A Super Bowl champion.
The Green Bay Packers have won the Super Bowl.
The Packers' all-time leading scorer.
A game winner for Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook and on the free Odyssey app.
What it is, what it do. It's hour number 2. It's the Mason Crosby Show. My name's Mitch Nellis, aka Thunder, broadcasting from the Fan in Madison, 94.9 HD2. Fantastic signal. We all have HD in our cars now, so just hit that HD button, HD2, 94.9 in Madison, part of the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. I'm here with Charlie Usen. Mason's got a little something he's got to take care of in the house real quick, so he'll be back with us momentarily. In the meantime, obviously, it's me and Charlie, so we're going to talk about food.
Of course.
Do we have Jocko on the line, by the way?
We do have Jocko on the line.
We'll grab Jocko in 1 second. But Charlie, I just have a question for you.
Yeah.
I assume you like chocolate and peanut butter together.
That's one of my favorite combos on earth, actually. Yeah.
What about chocolate and peanuts?
Yeah, I like chocolate and peanuts. Like peanut M&Ms. I love peanut M&Ms. I can eat a whole bag of those.
Yeah, I feel like chocolate peanut M&Ms kind of transcend the conversation. I mean, like I love a chocolate peanut butter ice cream, but I don't love chocolate with peanuts in it with ice cream. I like candy bars. I love chocolate peanut butter, but I don't love candy bars that necessarily have chocolate and peanuts in them. I'm just Mason. We're talking about the difference between chocolate and peanut butter versus.
What about like a drumstick, like the ice cream where it has ice cream with it?
I like a drumstick. I don't love a drumstick.
Really? The drumsticks are the best.
I like chocolate and peanut butter. I don't love peanuts.
That's interesting.
I love peanuts. I can
be weird. I'm the weird one.
So you're definitely a smooth, like creamy peanut butter.
Yes. Yeah.
I like chunky peanut butter.
Yeah. I've grown to like chunky peanut butter more because you still have the creamy consistency and the chunky consistency.
Yeah.
And with chocolate. I mean, come on.
I mean, I like creamy peanut butter as well, but like I'll crush some crunchy peanut butter. I'm a texture guy. It's all about it's all texture. You give me something like a slimy. I hate no. I just don't like textures. Just throw me off.
I'm a texture guy too.
Are you? Yeah. I just don't like peanuts in my ice cream. Like I don't like. I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'm not gonna throw like in a bowl of ice cream, but I like them on top of like those drumsticks.
That's fair. That's what a drumstick. I mean, listen. Drumsticks are an all-time classic. I'm never going to debate how great a drumstick is. They're in the Hall of Fame for sure.
They're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. This is the Mason Crosby Show, and joining us now on the guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law, is our very good friend Mike Jocko Jock from WMTV in Madison, sports director. Jocko, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. What it is? What did you say at the beginning? What it is?
What it do? Welcome into hour number 2.
Nice.
Yes, I love it. What it is? What it do? My brothers. First of all, chocolate and peanuts together. Yeah, it takes a backseat to chocolate and peanut butter, and never in ice cream. And when you say drumsticks, that's more like a walnut kind of topping, I think. That goes on.
I think the drumstick people might tell you it's peanuts, but
I think it's.
Is it different? Is it peanuts? Okay.
I think it is.
So
we'll do a test. I guess I'll just eat some drumsticks.
We'll ask our AI overlords what the what's in a drumstick.
I just think we should just argue about it, not look it up. I'm done looking things up. I just want the conversation around it.
Yeah, there's no need to look stuff up to get the facts. That'd be crazy,
right? Let's not get the facts. Let's just
facts are dumb.
Nonsense. Yeah, Jack.
And you're right.
So, I mean, the best, my go-to, obviously, a Blizzard is going to be Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Blizzard. I mean, that is the winner.
I think that's the GOAT. Yeah, that's the GOAT. I do like occasionally a Butterfingers. Chocolate with Butterfingers in it.
The Butterfingers, like that stuff gets caught in your teeth. Yeah.
I was just gonna say my dentist hates it, and then that you're picking. But maybe it's like it's two snacks in one because you're picking the Butterfinger out of your teeth all night long, and it's like a second treat. That is disturbing.
A late night snack. There you go.
I'll save it for later.
Butterfinger on my teeth.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that one.
All right, Jocko, let's dive into a little sports talk. I think we're all a little hungry, and on this warm summer day, definitely going to be seeking out some ice cream after the show. So, and as our guy Tommy in Bayview asked if I snuck away to get some rainbow sherbet, I did
Relax.
not. Yeah, relax. Which would be fantastic right about now. But
that
Jocko,
would be actually.
Training camps are starting. Obviously, we'll get into Packers and we'll talk some Brewers, but we haven't talked about the Badgers in a little while. So, what are we feeling about this Badgers team as training camp is coming to a start? And what should we look out for this 2026 Wisconsin Badgers football team?
Less than a week away, and training camp starts Thursday in Madison, and. Woo. I don't know. Luke Fickell's got me all sorts of fired up. I mean, like, I'm ready to run through the wall for him.
Okay.
He's kind of got an edge. I mean, like down at Media Day in Chicago, I mean, he was holding court. I mean, like he was ready. He's pounding the fist. He's letting out a few cuss words, which a good college coach will do. But like usually in that setting, they try to hold it, be reserved and stuff like that. But Fickell seems like he's got an edge, like obviously he knows the seat is a little bit warm, right? I mean, with a new athletic director coming in Sean Eichhorst, he's auditioning for the job again. So, but I like the attitude, like it seems like discipline is going to be a big thing. I feel like they're finally, connecting with kids in the state. I mean, that and those guys don't help until next year or the following year, but they brought in some good kids with NIL, and I'm really excited to see what Colton Joseph, the quarterback, brings to the table. I mean, I want to say that I feel bad for Luke Fickell in the sense that he's had some quality quarterbacks since he's been here, and by week 2, they're all hurt and laying on the sidelines. So,
right.
Obviously, Colton Joseph Colton Joseph, this is his time. This is his time to shine. He brings a different way of playing quarterback to Wisconsin. He can run the ball. He's got a heck of an arm. But I'm fired up about it just because Luke Fickell seems to have a new attitude and a win at all costs kind of attitude.
He kind of needed to, Mason.
Yeah, and for sure. And I think, like you said, having a new AD, there are times like you need a little reset. You almost need that jolt to say, like, all right, what am I going to do? I talk about back against the wall. Like, are you going to fold, or are you going to fight your way out and you're going to accept the challenge? And it's good to see that Fickell is accepting the challenge and he's ready to prove himself. And I mean, they went and got a quarterback that on paper looks the part, right? 6'2", 212 pounds. Was a great player there in the Sun Belt, at Old Dominion. Right. But I think he has the tangible skills to get this thing done. So let's just talk a little bit about expectations. Is the first expectations just to keep Colton Joseph healthy? Like, can this Badgers team just keep a quarterback healthy for a season?
Seriously.
Yeah, I think they're going to, build, they talk about building a fence around kids in Wisconsin. I think they're just going to build a fence around Colton Joseph whenever he drops back to pass, or even when he runs. Just lay down, dude. Lay down. Do not take a hit. But that's the key. The offensive line, I think, has been not what Wisconsin fans have expected the last 2 or 3 years. I think those guys kind of know that their seat is hot as well. I mean, like, get next guy in if you're not performing. But I think that's the key, is to keep Colton Joseph healthy. He's got a pretty good stable of receivers to throw to and some decent running backs. But I really think this, it's still crazy to me. I think we talk about it every time, but, the landscape changes now every single year in college football. And Colton Joseph walks into Wisconsin and it's his team, on offense. And right. I'd say Mason Posa is your leader on defense. But all of a sudden, you don't earn it. You earn it by signing a big contract and making way and getting a lot of NIL money. So it's just kind of crazy that's the way it is. But it's Colton Joseph's team, and he's got to earn what they spent on him. And they sought him out. And I think that Luke Fickell has his guy, and he's more than ready to go.
Jocko, let me ask you this, though. So we talk about keeping Colton Joseph healthy, and then I'm looking at closer at his stats. He had over 1,000 rushing yards last year at Old Dominion. So are we saying keep him healthy, but is he going to be – are we doing a spread run option like Lamar Jackson-esque type offense where they're not going to be able to keep him healthy if he's taking shots on the edge?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Listen, if somebody's getting close to you, breathing down your neck, go down the ground, Colton, please, for the love of God.
Yep.
Easier said than done, yes.
Right. I know, and he's a football player. So, I mean, like, he's going to lower, like a couple times he's going to lower his shoulder and try to hit somebody. So I just hope that, with that running ability, with the dual threat that he possesses, that he's smart enough to take one out of bounds instead of taking a hit. It'll be interesting to see, but yeah, it's not all drop back and worry about him getting hit in the pocket. It's about running for first downs, running for 20 yards at a time just to get that offense going. But yeah, you're right. Easier said than done for a football player that is looking to prove a point in Madison and in his new home. So we shall see.
I think we're all hoping that Colton Joseph is running the ball. The running game for this team gets opened up, and then he's just passing out of, off of that run game. Like, let's do this. Let's run the ball again at Wisconsin. Like, why be what, the great teams run the ball at Wisconsin. Be a great team at Wisconsin. Run the stinking football.
Right. And hopefully that opens it up for not only him, obviously on the ground, but for his core of running backs. And then, you start throwing the ball around, and then good things certainly happen with that. So that the offense, I think, looks decent. And then, like I said, Mason Bosa, he earned his, there's actually a guy that's played 2 years in a row at Wisconsin. So it's kind of crazy. Mason Bosa comes back to lead the defense and ready to go. And such a great kid, just great head on his shoulders. And he knows his role. I mean, he knows that he's the leader on that defense, and that defense needs to shine. There are too many times where there was a lot of pressure on the defense just because the offense was so stagnant last year. So he's used to that role of playing a big part. But God, I don't know. I'm fired up. I'm an optimist, but I think the Badgers are ready to go.
I love it. Mike Jocko Jock joining the Mason Crosby Show. We're talking about the Badgers. We'll get on to the Packers and Brewers here in just one sec, but I do just want to ask you one more time. We talked a lot about the offense, Colton Joseph. Obviously, you mentioned Mason Bosa. Is there anyone else on this defense that we might not know about, like a new guy, somebody that we should be looking out for that is going to help spur this defense on to another good year? I mean, I don't think their defense was horrible last year. Like, they had sparks.
No, I don't think so
really
either.
Good play. So who else should we be looking at?
Yeah, I just think there's a whole, it's almost like that whole core of linebackers are looking to go as far as stepping up along with Mason Bosa, as far as names go. I don't know if there's anybody else that is going to be a big name. It's just going to be a whole core of guys that are doing it together. I wouldn't even be able to throw out a name just because they're all it almost seems like they're all starving. They're starving for not only to do well, but starving for attention, just fired up, all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay hungry, guys. Stay hungry out there. All right. Let's.
And I just want to say, I don't think 9-3 is out of the question. I know.
Oh, stop.
I'm going to go
Jocko.
8-4, but 9-3.
Jocko.
No, listen.
Stop
it. I love it.
Hits at the softball. I took some hits at the softball game. Maybe, Jordy Line went back to me that maybe scared the wits out of me. But listen, I think that there's a chance if they pull an upset either against Iowa, USC,
there it is,
or Notre Dame at the beginning, these games that they don't expect to win. 9-3, baby. I'm saying it right now.
Hey, Jocko, I was with you on Iowa or USC, but I don't think they really stand a chance against Notre Dame. And I try to be an optimist as well.
At Lambeau, you never know. The mystique, undefeated at Lambeau. LSU back in
There we go.
2016.
That's right.
17.
And what was LSU ranked? They were ranked like 5th in the nation at that point.
There you go.
I mean, the Badgers were like 17th or 18th or something like that at the time.
not
But
80th.
Anything, yeah, right. Anything can happen at Lambeau. You know the
Love you,
power
man.
of Mason that anything can happen.
I do.
9-3, baby.
And Jocko, hey, if they keep it tight against
Stop.
Notre Dame,
Public,
Then-
hold on, Mason. Hold
then
on.
8 win, 9 wins gets there. If it's a 2-score game, I'm gonna be like, all right,
Yeah.
this Badgers team might have a shot to win 8, 9,
Right.
8 games. I think 8 games would be a good year.
CBS
real quick.
ranked as the 61st team in the country, Mitch. So
Oh, there you go.
All right, great.
Wrong
great.
again, Mitch.
Move
Wrong
it up.
again.
Move it up, baby.
Charlie, can you just mute everyone? Public service announcement. Okay. Jocko's opinions do not necessarily represent the opinions of the rest of us at the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
I'm definitely
take
more
it. I'll
optimistic than Mitch is on this.
I mean, I think they can get
I've
to
been
7-5,
saying-
but
I think if they
9
get
and 3
7 wins,
easy.
but if they get 7 wins, is Fickle, is his job secure? Like, is that enough to say you're doing enough with like the talent that they have? Like, does he need to win 8 or 9 games to like just to keep this job going forward and keep this plan intact? I think he needs to win 8 or 9 games to be the coach of this Badgers team moving forward.
I think 7 wins doesn't look great. You know what I mean? For what everybody kind of expected in year 1. And then, the years after. So 7, like as much as 7 wins is a hell of a lot better than what they've done. It still doesn't look good as 8 and 4. I think 8 wins might be like, well, we'll see. But, I think 9-3, 9 gets you guaranteed, 8 gets you, probably. And then 7, I'm not sure if that saves. I think the program, now that they have the university on board with them as far as the NIL, and they finally worked it out where they're figuring out how to get more money into paying their players, that it's almost like you're starting over a little bit, where they're finally on an even playing field.
You're like not building anything anymore. You can just start a new season. Like it's just like, all right.
Right. You can start coach. I think we said it before where it just, he's finally, now we're going to find out how good of a coach Luke Fickle is, because he's got some players that can be capable of playing within the Big Ten.
All right. So Jocko, we're taking Wisconsin with the minus 20.5 against Notre Dame is what you're telling me.
Is it minus 20.5?
Yeah.
So it'll be a good game.
That's what I said. Hey, if it's 2 scores, then we're good, right? So
right.
If
It's over, if they lose by more than 20, then you can call me on Monday and we'll have another conversation. And
all right.
I'll rethink my 9-3, but I don't think I think it would be shocking, but I think they can do it.
Okay. All right. This is Mike Jocko Jock's opinion that they're going to beat Notre Dame in that first game. I'm not as optimistic, even though I do think this Badgers team will be better.
Upset of the year, week 1 in college football.
Let's go.
All right. Hey,
and a foul.
I can't wait to have you back on that Monday after that
my
game.
God.
I will do the show.
We'll just
Hold on.
celebrate with you.
I will do the show with red face paint with a W, like a white W on my face on that Monday if they win that game.
Culver's patch on your forehead.
And a Culver's patch on my forehead, and I will eat whatever the flavor of the day is. I will have a scoop.
Seriously.
But no peanuts.
Seriously. No peanuts.
Right. I'm driving down to the station for that.
Seriously, yeah, we'll do whatever you want if the Badgers upset Notre Dame in week 1 for sure. Oh man, I'll buy you a steak dinner. All right, before we let you go, let's talk Packers training camp. And Tucker Kraft got activated off the PUP list, so everyone's joyous. Matthew Golden's catching passes. We got St. Juice breaking up balls in the defense. So are you excited about this Packers team? Are we looking at the looking at what are they going to be 16-1? Is that like what's your prediction for the Packers this year?
17-0, mate.
Oh my gosh, Jocko.
Stop.
I am day drinking. No, I'm not.
Best line of the day.
I mean,
It's
Jordan,
Friday, man. It's Friday.
It surprised the heck out of me that Jordan Love is the most tenured Packer on the roster. That has nothing to do with the question, but that gets me excited that he continues to become more and more of a leader, more of a speaker, more of a, not afraid to, talk to guys, boss them around a little bit. I just think that helps out with the whole core of the football team as he is the true leader, having been there for 7 years and being the quarterback. I think that this team kind of is going to rally around him. And I do like the fact that Tucker Kraft is. I did see video of him riding a bike down to practice. I was like, dude, like let's not do that yet. let's just talk about putting a fence around somebody. They should put a fence around Tucker Kraft and just be like, dude, just take it easy. Do whatever you got to do until you get back to playing. But I am excited about it. I don't know if I'm going to go 17-0, but I just like. There's a little bit of a chip too that the Aaron Rodgers chip is back. It seems with Jordan Love that he's kind of got a little bit of an edge to him, and Matt LaFleur too. Like in his press conferences, he seems like he's kind of pissed off, and it's like day 2 now, day 3. But I mean, like the first 2 press conferences, he seemed like he was already pissed. So I like that edginess from Coach LaFleur. I like a little bit of edginess from Jordan Love. You just got to wait for your healthy edge rusher to get back and hopefully keep that ship afloat until he does, and then just keep going.
Yeah, I think they should have an edge because there are some publications that are literally picking them. I've seen picking them to be the worst team in the North. People are drinking this Kool-Aid of the Vikings with Kyler Murray, and Detroit's going to come back to life, and the Chicago Bears, like I think they're gonna take a step back, but everyone's still sold on them. So there's some spaces that are saying the Packers might not be, they're going to be the worst team in this division. And so with those things being said, the Packers should have an edge, and they should go out and just prove to everybody that they run the North. And if they don't win 13 games this year, that should be disappointing. Like they should be seeking out 13 plus wins this season.
And I would show every single one of those publications to the team, put it on the billboard, show, I think that's a joke as far as putting any of those 3 other teams, putting them ahead of the Packers is a joke. I think
like 2 years ago, this is going to be one of the toughest divisions in football again. Like,
yes.
What was that 2 years ago?
2 years ago. Yeah.
Playoffs. Yeah.
So this year it should be again.
This is going to be another tough year in the division, but the Packers should relish that and go and dominate, even though it's going to be tough.
Let me ask you this, Mason. When you were a player and guys say, I don't look at that stuff, I don't read anything, I don't watch TV and listen to that crap, which, TV is horrible. But
TV's the worst.
Did you see stuff? Did you know, like somebody would say, oh, Mason, he can't kick anymore, or Mason, which is not true. You were always great. But
Chaco, do I need to watch some of your old stuff? Is that what you're telling me?
I never. Yeah, don't watch it.
Don't watch the old stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the things, like guys, everyone's different. There are some guys that love checking in, and they want to see their good press clippings. They want to see the bad stuff. They just want to see the information. And then there are literally some guys they'll go dark the whole season, and it's just like I don't care. I was probably in between. It's like but I was a realist too. It's like if I had a bad game, I knew what people were saying. If I had a good game, I knew I don't need to get involved in that. It didn't change my motivation. Like I was going to go out there and try to be the best of my ability that week in that moment. And no press clipping was ever going to affect my day in and day out. So, but there are some guys that I think they need some of that hype train. They need the hype train, and they need that negativity wheel to spin for them to to feel something and get up on any given week. So we didn't get into that brand of stuff in the Packers locker room and the organization. They weren't putting clippings up and saying like they're disrespecting us, all of that. I think Aaron led the way where it was like that chip on the shoulder was already there. So like we just kind of we came from that perspective kind of naturally there in Green Bay.
I like it.
All right, Jocko. Well, Brewers back in action tonight. We're all going to be watching as they take on the Angels. But
what's your move?
Your insight with the Badgers, and I cannot wait till that Monday after the Badgers beat Notre Dame.
9-3.
It's going to be awesome.
Unbelievable. Mike Jocko Jock.
We're going streaking. Awesome. Oh, heck yeah.
State Street won't know what hit it. Mike Jocko Jock, sports director, NBC 15 WMTV in Madison. Jocko, thank you so much. You are the man. Have an amazing weekend. No rules. Guys. No rules this weekend, Jocko.
Okay.
No rules.
I'm writing it down. No rules.
I love it. Mason, Jocko's positivity is infectious. No doubt about it.
Seriously.
But 9-3 is crazy.
9-3 and beat Notre Dame is insane.
But it's not impossible. It's insane, but it's not impossible.
It's not impossible yet.
It's not impossible.
True. They haven't played the game yet, so everything is possible at this moment.
That's right. Unbelievable. Let's talk a little Brewers when we come back. I know we got a shorter segment because we went along with Jocko because he's our best friend, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the Brewers are in Anaheim taking on a terrible, terrible team this weekend, but also maybe some scouting. We'll see what the Angels have. I know they've got a couple starters who they're going to look to deal, maybe a shortstop as well. Not necessarily what the Brewers are looking for, but they could, get in on any conversation. And we'll see what things amount to as we count down till Monday at 5 p.m.
Honestly, this is the hardest road trip for the Brewers this season. You go play the Giants and then you go to the Angels. You're on the West Coast. It's like dominate these teams. But these are those tough ones. These are the ones you have to dig deep and be at your best, even whenever you think you should dominate. So this is a great point. This is a tough road trip for this team.
Like next week when they go back to LA and face the Dodgers, you don't have to work hard to get up for the Dodgers.
You're locked in. You're ready to roll. Exactly.
All right, plenty more to get to. Charlie Usen, Mitch Nellis, aka Thunder, Mason Crosby. What's the Amani Cup, real quick?
That's that golf trip went on in May down in Texas.
I'm surprised you want to represent it.
I won.
Oh, you won that one?
My team won. Relax.
Oh, all right. That's the one you won.
Put some respect, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It's all the other ones you didn't win.
Hey.
But you won that one.
I've won more than I've lost in life. So
and you're about to bring the ruckus to Green Bay, as we all know.
Oh yeah, member guest. Here we come. I don't have anything scheduled on the back end of it, so we're dominating. Let's get to break.
All right. Enough of this chit chat. We are the Mason Crosby Show. This is the Mason Crosby Show. Real quick, a reminder for everybody listening out there. Let's help out our friends in the Fox Cities recover from the tornado that ravaged their houses and businesses, neighborhoods, and lives today and tomorrow. So today until 7 o'clock and tomorrow from 7 a.m. till 7 o'clock p.m. Please make food and supply donations at the Green Bay East Festival Foods or the Festival Foods in Oshkosh. It's Operation Valley Strong. Find out more details at wisportsradio.com. A couple interesting news and notes from the world of baseball. Mr. Crosby. Freddie Peralta was supposed to start tonight for the New York Mets. He has been scratched, a healthy scratch from that start. Casey Mize was supposed to start for the Detroit Tigers tonight. He has been scratched from that start, leading to the conjecture that both are on the verge of being dealt by their respective teams as trade talks heat up in Major League Baseball.
Wow. Do you think the Tigers would trade Mize and Scooble?
I think they could, yeah.
Holy cow.
I mean, they just brought up their top prospect, one of the top prospects in baseball, Max Clark. That feels like we're selling the rest of the season. Let's let the young guys go play ball, see what happens type of move.
Yep.
So
Peralta apparently
Drowan pitching tonight for the Brewers. Does that kind of change our thoughts on that he was like to be a trade candidate?
Yeah, I think so. I do think a little bit. I still think they could use him as a trade candidate, but I think what we forget sometimes, Mace, is that like, all right, so they're resting Miz, and Harrison's on the injured list and pitching less innings. Shane Drowan's also a rookie, and he was pitching every fifth day for a long time. So this could have simply just been, hey, we're giving our rookie some time off. We're giving him a rest because it doesn't make sense. You know, we need to. He's never pitched this many innings in a season either.
Rookies are soft.
You're not
Figure
wrong.
it out.
Figure it out. Toughen up. Jeez.
Wow. That's
No, they've
me.
gotten like I'll applaud them because yes, like I think the old adage would be like just grind your rookies into the ground, right?
Mhm.
So it is a positive that they're at least now considering that killing a rookie coming out the gate is not the best way to get them to be a top player on your team for years to come. Like it just I think there is a better recipe and they're figuring that out, which is nice.
Yeah. As you mentioned, Shane Drowan pitching tonight for the Brewers in 8:38. First pitch. The Angels must have some sort of like sponsor for their start time of their games, right? Because it's listed as 8:38. Tomorrow night, Robert Gasser is expected to start. Now he's starting against Jose Soriano, who I think you could probably argue is the ace of that staff. Reed Detmers is also a name to watch from the Anaheim, California Angels of Los Angeles, California. Detmers not scheduled to start this weekend. And then Sunday, it is Miz pitching, not in LA, in Anaheim, but it's still like LA adjacent. Still pretty cool that he gets to pitch out there.
I did not go to Anaheim whenever I was there on Tuesday. So
those tickets, it says on ESPN, you can get them as low as $6.
$6. I see that too.
If anybody wants to take a flight out to Anaheim, you can get to the game pretty cheap. Yeah.
And that game is on Peacock, by the way.
So that might be the best way to go see it is out and live.
Take a flight. You don't want to pay for Peacock.
Don't get a Peacock subscription and go out to
LA.
Anaheim.
That's amazing.
I think you probably get from Milwaukee. I think you can fly right into that Santa Ana airport. I think there's a nonstop flight. So
I think you're right.
Go right into Anaheim. Easy.
Yep. Also to watch this weekend, it's Yankees at Cubs. Just to see what the Cubs do and how they battle against another good team. That first game has already started because they play Friday day games at Wrigley generally. So Yankees at Cubs is already underway. But in terms of trades, I mean, if Peralta and Mize are being taken out, if Reed Detmers or Jose Soriano are available from the Angels, obviously Scooble, everybody's going to be watching that. This, I do wonder because the trade deadline, is usually July 31st. They extended it this year to the Monday. I do wonder if things get done. Yeah. I do wonder, Mace, if things get done over the weekend or if there's going to be like all the buzz, all the rumors over the weekend, and then everything happens on Monday.
I'm guessing the second, probably. I'm sure it's going to be rumor mill. They'll probably have deals in place, but this is a media business, right? Like,
Yep.
let's not get this confused that these professional sports leagues are media businesses.
Yeah.
So they are going to tell everybody, yeah, get your deals done, all that, but like let's roll this out on Monday. Let's get this thing hot on Monday morning and get all the news going. Yes, like the 4-letter word company, they're going to be like, we want this info on Monday, and we want to talk about it all day leading up to the trade deadline.
The only question I have about that, Mason, is like, especially with like Peralta and Mize specifically, but if other guys are scheduled today or tomorrow, if they're being scratched and you're trading for them, would you want to like make that trade today so they can start tomorrow or Sunday? Like, you kind of sneak in one extra start from a veteran pitcher if you are able to make a deal, first thing Saturday morning as opposed to Monday afternoon.
Maybe deals are already in place. That's why they're scratched. And who knows? We might hear something this afternoon. Maybe something tomorrow, but who knows? It could trickle out as well. But I do think the bulk of like the big news is probably going to come on Monday. Yeah, Monday at some point.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just unless a team really has a reason they need to make a move, you're right. Like that Friday afternoon news dump doesn't always pertain to, a last second deal in at a trade deadline.
Yeah. Like the Brewers there's no point, right? You're not going to play any of these guys on Sunday and bump Miz out of there. So you might try to get
position player maybe, but not a pitcher.
Talk about that though. If like they got a deal done on Sunday and just the hype, it's like, yeah, you get Scooble. Miz pitches on Sunday. Scooble comes in and pitches on Monday. That would be pretty awesome,
dude. You just made my tingle.
Did I get you juiced up?
You got me juiced up a little bit there, man. And I don't like. It doesn't have to.
I like
be
that
Scooble.
energy. I like that energy.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be Scooble. I mean, there are plenty of other guys that are going to make a difference. Charlie, does it have to be Scooble?
I don't know if it has to be Scooble, but I think a lot of people, because of all the hype that has been pushed towards the Brewers being the top team to be after him, if it's not Scooble, I think people are going to be slightly disappointed. I don't think it's going to have obviously nearly the same kind of hype behind it. I think you're going to have a lot of fans that are going to watch this team and say, okay, this is a similar move to what we've made every other time we've been in this situation. What should make me feel different? Terry Scooble isn't that. He's a move that feels different. He's a move that feels like CC Sabathia, and that move, I think, gave a lot of people hope. And I think this team right now is on the verge of being the best team in baseball, and Terry Scooble takes you to that level.
I agree. It's either Scooble or you are fortunately not having to trade away, your farm. You're not having to trade away as big of prospects, as important of players. And then you just get another really solid piece to kind of fit into this, right? So a lot of big decisions by this Brewers organization to say, are we good enough with just kind of fitting in some pieces and to go and win a World Series, or is it going to take Tarek Scooble to get a World Series? So we're gonna know by Monday what the organization decided. And then the end of the season is going to give us those answers. So it's going to be exciting. Either way, honestly, I'm excited for it because they either get Scooble and we're like, let's jump on this ride and see what happens, or we're just seeing if this team has what it takes to get it done without a world-class talent like that.
So I guess my question to you, Mason, and Charlie, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think, we only got a couple minutes here, but you guys talked about this. You and Sparky talked about this yesterday afternoon. Like, the fan concept of like, I'm in love with our young guys. I'm in love with our prospects versus the concept of going all in and getting Scooble, but maybe giving up one of those bigger names or two of those bigger names if you had to. Like, would you give up Fisher and Lara if it meant Scooble, if it meant a World Series? Now, there's no guarantees that you're going to win a World Series, but as Brewers fans, we've kind of been trained to love our prospects. And that's, the Brewers have done a great job at that. And as a small market team, we've also been trained to do that. But at what point is it worth just getting out of your comfort zone and taking a risk? But Milwaukee's also very risk averse. Like, what if we take that risk and it doesn't work out? Then we don't have the World Series and we don't have our prospects. And then it's all gone to hell in a handbasket.
I still believe, though, Scooble's situation is the best situation for this Brewers team because he's 1 year. He's going to be a free agent next year. So it's like you don't have to do anything. If you go and win a World Series, you don't have to pay him. Right. You're going to keep developing players. It's not that just the guys that are in this farm system at the moment aren't going to be your only players. Like, you have a proven track record of continually bringing guys into the system and getting the most out of them. So if you can get Scooble, if it makes sense, you go and get it. You ride him into trying to win a World Series. If it doesn't work out, he's gone. He goes inside and it's a big deal somewhere else. And then you just plod along. And I still believe that this team, if they don't win a World Series this next year, they're going to be a 90-plus win team the following season. Like, that's just how this system is built.
But that's not a World Series.
Why not? Scoobles don't come along. Like, a Detroit Tigers, a team like this isn't going to be willing to trade their best pitcher every year. If you have the opportunity, you got to go and take it.
All right. He's Mason Crosby. I'm Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. Charlie Usen, a.k.a. The Mountain of Joy is here. We will wrap things up. Mason's Extra Points taking you into the weekend when we come back here on the Mason Crosby Show.
Yes, sir.
Broadcasting live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
I wanna know what you're thinking.
What's on Mason Crosby's mind today?
Now I'm thinking.
It's time for Extra Points, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis.
Tell me what's on your mind.
On the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
All right, what a week. A happy Friday. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Thanks for listening to the Mason Crosby Show. Mitch, what are you going to do in Madison? What are you doing in Madison tonight?
Yesterday
What'd
we
you do
ate.
last night?
We went out to eat at Baraka, which is an amazing Ethiopian restaurant. That was fantastic. Maybe going to do it at either a steakhouse or a supper club tonight with Big Rumble. And tomorrow we're hitting the world-renowned farmers market tomorrow morning. It's all the way around the Capitol. We want to get there nice and early because it gets really crowded. And we're just going to gorge ourselves, pickled everything.
Everything.
Yeah, and the warm, spicy, cheesy bread. That's the thing you can't miss.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about
What are you up to?
I don't know. Maybe I'm going to find some ice cream somewhere. But our buddy Rob Hall's coming into town, so
nice.
I'm golfing with him tomorrow and a couple other guys.
Is he going to let you know about it? Because he's a talker on the golf course. I know.
No, he doesn't talk too much trash. He's all right. So but he's a weirdie. He's a lefty, you got to kind of look out for him. He's always swinging the wrong way, but we're going to have some fun, go out to dinner tomorrow night. So just have a little adult Saturday, which would be nice. Yeah.
Love that.
And far between.
Yeah. Well, Brewers in Anaheim, we're going to keep our eye on all the trade deadline rumors. Packers getting it done. I think they have off tomorrow, but they're back at it on Sunday. So we'll watch what's happening there. And we're back at it on Monday, as we always do.
Let's keep it going. Have a great weekend. And go Brewers. Get it done there in Anaheim.
Absolutely. He's Mason Crosby. I'm Mitch Nellis. Charlie Usen, as always, doing an amazing job for us. Thank you, Charlie. Real quick, with baseball coverage on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi, one price, 5 years, guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Mason Crosby Show.